Dragon Quest VII Reimagined was announced very recently in Nintendo Direct, and it looks really sick. However, I couldn't sit back and think about my baby, Final Fantasy, and what Dragon Quest VII could mean for Final Fantasy. So, like a lot of you who probably clicked this video, I am really excited about Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I enjoyed Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake greatly, and I can't wait for 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake, especially 2, because I thought 2 was a very bad game when I played it. And the HD 2D version of 2 looks to have greatly improved upon the original. We need more remakes of bad games. I got to do a video on that at some point. Anyway, this is about what Dragon Quest VII means for Final Fantasy. So earlier this year, I finally got to play Hironobu Sakaguchi's final game, Fantasian Neo Dimension, and it was amazing. On my personal scale, I'd probably give it like a 9 out of 10. The story, well, nothing crazy, was very fun. The characters were awesome, and the combat and world and exploration was, I'm getting goosebumps, bro. It was incredible. The music was so good too. I loved every second of Fantasian. The reason I wanted to play Fantasian, other than the fact that Hironobu Sakaguchi directed it and Nobuo Uematsu scored it, was because of the look of the game. See, I come from an era of pre-rendered backgrounds. I love that. And Fantasian is doing this, but in a different way. So what Fantasian did was they built life-size, or not life-size, they built in real life scale dioramas of all of the maps. And then they took like 4K image, like pictures of all of those dioramas, scanned them, put them in the game. So every map is like an actual real life diorama, and it looks incredible. What a unique look for a video game. I loved it. I said to myself, and so I have a video written down here that I don't know if I'll ever make, because I feel like it's kind of already happening now, but it was titled Square Enix, It's Time to Bring Back Sakaguchi. And it was because I would like to see Sakaguchi do one more mainline Final Fantasy, but also because I thought that what he did with Fantasian was genius. I think that either remaking or creating these classic PS1 era Final Fantasies in this diorama style should be significantly cheaper than what, you know, the 7 remake series, which I love. I absolutely love it. If I could get all of them done that way, I would, but let's be real, that's not going to happen, and I'd be dead before even, I don't know, fucking FF8 gets remade, or FF6, you know? FF6 should probably be HD 2D, but I think exploring Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 in this diorama style that they're doing could be great, and Dragon Quest VII is kind of showing that. If you look at the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined trailer, I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like this had to have been inspired by Fantasian Neo Dimension, or at least the original mobile release of Fantasian. All of the models for the characters are scans of real life dolls. Like, they made them in real life. They showed them at TGS, and then they scanned them and then used those as the basis for the 3D models in the game. Now, I don't think the monster models were made in real life, but you can tell that the way that they lit the game, everything looks like a diorama, and it looks gorgeous. I think that this style can benefit Dragon Quest 7, 8, and, well, not 8, sorry, Dragon Quest 7 and 9 greatly, maybe even 4, 5, and 6, to be honest with you, although I expect those to be HD 2D. And I think it could benefit Final Fantasy. I know a lot of people really want like OG FF7, like that original story preserved but looking better. Hey, I think we could do that with this style. I think we could do that with 7, 8, and 9, and I think all 3 of them would do incredibly well. Now, I know in one of my previous videos, I talked about how I would love to see Sandfall take on a Final Fantasy VIII remake on, you know, like a double A, like the same scale as Expedition. I probably would prefer that, if I'm being honest, but I wouldn't say no to this. You know, seeing something like 7 and 8 and 9 in this diorama style would be beautiful. I don't know how it would look with some of like the realistic models, like from 8 specifically, but I think 7 and 9, because they look so goofy, I think it could work, especially 9. Maybe that's what 9's gonna look like whenever that gets shown off, if it is getting a remake. I just feel like this style will save Square Enix a lot of money, and they would probably profit a lot more, because if I remember, and I think I talked about this in the previous video, that the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake did really well for them sales wise, and, you know, brought in a lot of money, probably because it didn't take as much cost to make the game versus, you know, all of the animations that you have to do with something like a 7 remake. You know, like every attack animation has so much love and care put into it, but you can also tell, like, man, this shit reeks of money. What do you guys think? I feel like this could be a great opportunity for not just Dragon Quest, but Final Fantasy, and honestly, maybe even more of Square's older IPs. Like, I think we could do something like this with some of the older Mana games. And God, I thought Parasite Eve for a second, but I don't know if it'd work with Parasite Eve. Man, we gotta get a Parasite Eve fucking remake. Hello? Where's that? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Square should adopt this diorama style with more of their games? Or are you okay with it just being with Dragon Quest VII? Are you excited for Dragon Quest VII? I mean, I know I am. I know they're cutting some stuff out, but like, I don't really care.